Hey everyone, Ben Rono here again today, and today I'm going to be doing a very short review of the Pyle PFA300 mini 90 watt amplifier. Now I basically ordered this because my small form factor amp always shuts off automatically, so I ordered this to just get one that I could leave on constantly and that gives me a good stream of power. So we're going to unbox this and see how it works. So this is pretty simple unboxing here, just two cardboard boxes. Then you've got what looks to be some sort of instruction guide on here. Probably has a serial number and things, but I know how to operate an amplifier. Box is pretty simple. Now I did make the choice to not buy one of those random Chinese brand mini amps because I want the sound to actually be good, so that's why I ordered one from Pyle, which is a well-known company. So then we got the power supply here for it, and oh, that's nice. Was this a small amount of speaker cable? I think so. Yeah, it's a small bit of speaker cable. Not sure what exactly you're supposed to use this for because it doesn't have two ends. You know what? I'll just say it. I don't know what that is. Maybe I'll figure out in a little bit. So that's the first box, and then in the second box we have the amplifier itself. Now the amplifier itself comes in this nice little plastic Ziploc bag. Not very fancy, but you know, this is just utilitarian, not luxury. So what does it say on the front here? Pyle PFA300. Alright. So it's actually made out of this fairly solid aluminum, but it's not very heavy. So when you pick it up, it's pretty light, so it doesn't feel very dense, and that way it kind of feels a little bit cheap, but at least it's well put together. I don't feel like this is going to break anytime soon. On the front here you have your power switch as well as a power light indicator. This is tone and direct. Don't know what that means. I'll have to refer to the instruction manual. And then you've just got your big volume knob here, as well as treble and bass control. And you've got a place where you can just plug an MP3 player in direct. And then on these edges, there's nothing to speak of. I believe this is just where you secure it down with adhesive strips or screws or something like that. Here's your power in port. Here are the 4 speaker terminals. Yep, just your right and left. Well, 2 speaker terminals, but anyway. Then you've got a microphone input and a RCA input. So just really simple, quick and dirty, get the job done. I'm going to hook up a pair of speakers I bought recently to this, and we're going to see how it sounds. Oh yeah, quick note here. So this cable that came with it that I didn't know what it was for before, it's actually an extension to the power cable, so that if you're good with wiring it all, you've got a bit of extra cable here so you can make the power cord run longer than 3 feet, which is nice. Nice that they include that. Alright everyone, so I just finished hooking up the mini amplifier here to a pair of tower speakers I had sitting around, and I'm going to show off a few songs on it to basically give you a demonstration of how good it sounds. And make no mistake about it, the microphone in my camera is no audiophile microphone, so this is just going to be a rough estimation, and hopefully you guys can glean something out of it. First one here is going to be not very bassy, it's mostly just going to be high sounds. Let's see how this goes. I'm going to play about 30 seconds of each. Alright, now the next song we're going to be doing here is actually really bass heavy. So I'm going to just let it play, and then I'm going to fiddle around with this bass knob here to see how good or how low we can get the bass. Wow. Alright, so let me just reposition the camera and I'll give you guys my final thoughts. Alright, so now it's conclusion time. So this amplifier I pretty much got to just fill a small space at my friend Ryan's house. So basically for that purpose this is actually really great. It's super simple, so I'm just going to end up basically putting some adhesive strips on it and attaching it to the back of their home entertainment center, and you won't even notice it. So in regards for what I want it for, this is going to do a great job. Now during those sound samples I showed you guys, I wasn't even pushing it past half volume, so this can actually get remarkably loud, so that's pretty good. And then besides that, you know, it's a pretty no-frills design. I mean, you've just got, you know, your bass and treble dials on the front here and a volume dial, and that's pretty much it. So, I mean, there's not much to it, but if you're just looking for something to fill a small space, definitely works well. During those 3 songs, I noticed that I could actually, this bass extension meter would actually do a really good job, and so would the treble meter. You could really tell a difference when you played with those. So overall, if you're looking for a small form factor amplifier and you want one that's not too complicated and that you can hide pretty easily but still puts out a lot of power, this is definitely a good option. Now, what do you call it? This room I'm sitting in is only about 200 square feet. I estimate that you could probably fill a room up to 500, 600 square feet very comfortably with just the power from this amplifier. So, works really well, really simple, very light. So, and I had no problems with the sound quality. I do have much more expensive amplifiers which I've hooked these speakers up to, and if there was a difference in quality, it was pretty negligible. So, sounds great, does what it's supposed to, and it gets really loud. 90 watts per channel, or no, 90 watts for both. So yeah, ultimately that's my review, first impressions of the Pyle PFA300 mini amplifier. If you guys have any other questions, make sure to put them in the comments section below. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.